He's part of the basic story. And he said, what? There went out of Israel wicked men that didn't want to depart from these Greeks, from these Edomites. You know what I mean? From these Americans, in a sense. Go ahead. That's why he's taking on their look, their character. They're covering. Huh? Interjection?
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 16 and verse 24. Then said Yahushua to his disciples, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me.
That's the problem with social media. The scriptures say that men shall be lovers of their own selves. So once people get on this internet, they got to portray a certain character, and then they fall in love with it themselves, which is what? Vanity. Go ahead.
Man.
Verse 25.
Basically, it was something that he was talking about too with DC Young Fly. He said, yeah, I portray this character like you portray that character. So he paint that picture, that narrative of him being what he called a social advocate. You know, yeah, Khan, and being that person that denounce and disrespect. So he's painting that social narrative for himself.
That's right, man. The Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, we the Israelites that the Bible speaks of. That's right, La Familia. Jesucristo no Blanco. That's right, man. El nombre es Yahushua.
All right, Shalom. I'd like to start off with saying, Ka Halayim La Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Harakak Qudash Ma'amah. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, my elder Herawan as well. Salutations to the Arkin that are pushing the truth and sincerity and truth. And peace and blessings to the men, women, and children that believe in the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right, so this is this lesson is dealing with a topic of character or characteristics or who we really are or what we really are. And the spirit hit me in the middle of camp because we were doing a lesson talking about Charleston White, the chocolate Edomite. And the elder said something that you can see in that clip, how you see that says that, people, like what social media does, it makes the individual, especially in things like Instagram and Snapchat, it makes the individual focus on their outward appearance and getting them conformed to that character which is created by their walks of life. Their experiences in life have created this carnal creature inside the matrix, and they want you to focus on that as if that's a real person or a real being. No, without this matrix, that character doesn't exist. But what the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai is trying to get us to focus on is who we are, that true character, which is the spirit, right? But social media has you focus on the outward appearance, all right? We have a character or an avatar that's being created, right, through our experiences in life. And what this whole new society is trying to teach you to do is be focused upon that character or who that is. In actuality, when you think about it, is another lesson I want to go into to where like how, man, there's a lot of stuff came out today at camp, man. On my way to camp, I was looking at on Facebook. And they had an old Jake and he was just talking about how he's 72 years old and doesn't know exactly what it takes to be a man, don't know what being a man is, because he wasn't taught, because his father didn't know how to be a man. His father was taught how to be a character, in this society, to go to work, come home, sit down, and watch football, basketball, do all these other things that create an individual or creates a puppet to this society to keep this thing afloat and keep it going. But if you were able to understand, he was basically saying, if you were able to understand because the man without a history doesn't even exist. So our existence comes from us hopping off a boat, being here in slavery. They don't give us anything prior to that. You know, so that lets us not, so therefore we don't know, um, go conform to the characteristics of this world. And when you conform to the characteristics of the world, you be that character that they're trying to get you to focus on when you look in the mirror. But that's not who you are for real. That's who you are in this society. But that's not who you are originally through Yahweh Shem Yahushai. So when the elder said that, and the brother brought out the scripture in Matthew's, all right, this is Matthew's 16:24. It says, "Then said Yahushua unto his disciples, if any man will come after me, man or woman, will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me." Now, he was telling that to the disciples as far as the men out here teaching, but what does that mean for everybody? What does that mean for Israel as a whole? That means for the men, that not only for them to go out there and teach, but for them to deny that character that the world created through the experiences and trauma that you went through in the world, that the world wants to create you to be a certain way, but the Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, has created your true character is within, and which is a part of him, which is the spirit, man. And with that being said, that's why the Lord said deny himself, meaning deny. That's why it says we have to live according to the spirit, not the flesh, because the flesh wants to do the things of the world. Right? So now, understanding the spirit of who's that character that's within, that's being created of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, that's what you need to fix. You know? So just like, you know, so you need to deny himself, but people don't want to do that. That's why they take selfies. That's why they're in pictures and stuff all the time. Because why? Because guess what? They're trying to create a better them. But a better them according to what? According to the characteristics of this world. So you become a character in the matrix. And if you don't separate yourself from that, that's what you be focused upon. And that's who you become. So dealing with an individual like Charleston White, he has become that character that was created in the world. But the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushai separates us from that, man. All right. So next scripture I want to get is, you know, so let me get 2 Timothy 3 and 2. It says, I know, start at 1. It said, know this also, that in the last days perilous times shall come. So perilous times are hard times to take, fierce times, furious, dangerous times, harsh, fierce, savage. And we're witnessing that right now, right? So everybody's going to look for some comfort. They're going to look for some strength within. But a lot of people are only choosing to look skin deep for their strength. So they try to fix the outside covering. Now, the whole thing now is everybody's hitting the gym. Everybody's eating healthy now. They're trying to fix the outward extremities for long life, but not even focusing on the characteristics of who they really are within, you know? So it says, so we're in perilous times that everybody's going to try to find something to cleave onto. But the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, is trying to get us to cleave onto the spirit. But the social media and the matrix is trying to get everybody to cleave onto the flesh, man. So once you cleave onto that, once you become part of that person, or that character that you take that selfie from, or that you know what I'm saying, that you get that money for, so you can put on nice clothes so people can see you as that, so people can know you that by the oh he must have a nice job, or he must have this or a lot of money because he wears this, that, and third. You're playing around right along with the characteristics of this world, right? So that causes you to become conformed to this world. Right, so once you become conformed to this world, you begin to do the ways of the world. Now, you can do this consciously or unconsciously. You're unconscious in a sense because you're not coherent to what your surroundings are. But just think about it, man. If you're thinking about self and thinking about emotions, and that you're letting that draw you or dictate every step, think about when Peter said, when Yahweh Shai told Peter, um, um, when Yahweh Shai told Peter and the apostles, disciples, that he was going to be killed. And what did he say? Hold on, let me find the scripture. Well, roughly paraphrase, I'm looking for the scripture where it says, where Yahweh Shai was telling the disciples, he was like, I must go and be turned over and be crucified and be put to death. And Peter said, I will not have it be so, Lord. As long as I'm around, I won't let that happen. And Yahweh Shai rebuked him. You know what I'm saying? Get thee behind me, because Peter was being emotional at that time. No, Lord, I will not allow it to happen. You get what I'm saying? So that's how the world will trick you into sometimes thinking you're being, 100%. The intentions of Peter were perfect, but it wasn't going according to the intentions of Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai. So that's why we have to be mindful on how we react in certain situations, how we act on our every walks of life, because we could be catering to the character in the Matrix, not the character from Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai. At any given time, we have to know and understand that. So now, with that being said, like, we're in these perverse times. Let me go back to where is it? This 2 Timothy chapter 3 verse 1. It says, "Thus this know also that in the last days perilous times shall come, for men shall be lovers of themselves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, ungodly." So the Lord, you could be in a state of derision to where, like, you're thinking that you're not all these things, but when actuality you are, right? So just think about it, when people go through stuff, right, and they want to, like, what's coming up? New Year's resolution. Oh, a new year, new me. Tired of the old shit. I'm putting away the old shit, but you're doing the same stuff mentally, right? But you're just changing physical things about yourself. Going on a diet, getting your hair done, you know what I'm saying? Getting in the gym, eating healthy. These are all carnal things that really don't have anything to do with who you are as a real person, according to the Spirit, according to Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai. So that's a form of covetousness, because you're doing it to create a better you. But you can't create a better you. Only Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai can create that. So initially, you're becoming lovers of yourself. And covetousness, a boast of being proud. I'm proud of me. I'm proud of me. No, it's all about Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai. So that's why it says, any man come after me, he must deny himself, man. Because if you go to anything that's connected to this earth, you become a part of it, a part of this world, this system, not the earth itself, but the society that's being created. Like going back to selfies, man, taking these selfies, and you're connecting with that one self, that outward appearance of who, but that's not who you really are, though. You know what I'm saying? So your outward appearance doesn't tell you who you are according to the Spirit, because Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai knows who you are. Now, you're playing a lot, but when we're going to renew and revive ourselves, we do it according to the Spirit. This is Matthew 23 and 26. It says, so just like how Yahweh Shai was talking about the Pharisees, all right, that was cleaning the outside according to righteousness, you know what I'm saying, but not cleaning the inside. That's what we need to work on, with what's within the cup. What is your cup holding? You know what I'm saying? That's what we need to work on. And once you purify that within, it will blossom on the outside by what? Not your outward appearance, but your actions, man. Your actions are going to show forth righteousness and beauty and the spirit of Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai, because the flesh, that's why it needs all types of makeup and bodybuilding and all types of clothing to make it look good, because it's filthy without the Spirit, without the understanding of the truth. You're just a carnal, you're just another animal, man. Matthew 23 and 26, it says, all right, let me start at 25. It says, "Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees." And that doesn't necessarily just only involve them. It's anybody in this type of mindset. All right, hypocrites, for ye make clean the outside of the cup of the platter, but within they are full of extortion and excess, man. You know, the want of self-control and temperance, want of self-restraint. But you're not going to have that no matter how much you try to fix the outside. You got to fix it according to the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So, like the things that Charleston White was saying, like, you know, it was all emotional. You know, it was all carnal. Him not understanding judgment, him not understanding, you know, how what we're going through as a people is preparing us to be righteous rulers on the earth. You know, verse 26, thou blind Pharisees, cleanse first that which is within the cup and platter, that the outside of them may be clean also. So now, that's the point, that the outside may be clean also. Because you cleaning the outside is not necessarily going to do anything for the end. You know what I'm saying? So how through the eyes of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, how are you viewed? How are you envisioned? So now, what do? We focus on what's inside. And that goes for both sides, you know, men and women. You know, we got to focus on the spirit. That's what beautifies us, man. And, you know, Scripture says, I shall make a man more precious than fine gold. Why? Because he goes to the gym every day? Nah, man, no, because of the wisdom, because of the spirit that's within the man. That he would be able to protect. He has the spirit of God within him. That's what beautifies us, man. And also within that, you know, women, you know, adorning the men that has the spirit of the Lord. That's what beautifies them and beautifies our nation, man. A man's glory is his woman. You know, our woman, for us to get glory from now is wisdom. Let wisdom be thy kinswoman. So that's fixing what's within, you know. So this is 1 Timothy chapter 2 verse 9. It says, in like manner also that women adorn themselves in modest apparel with shamefastness and sobriety. Right. So modest apparel, not expensive flashy clothes. You can look nice, but don't let that be your main focus on your existence. Having acceptance from this matrix by the clothes that you wear, trying to use that to signify who you are as a person, a human being. What does that mean? That means the world controls your worth in the state of mind that you're in. So yeah, we like to look nice, but like, you know what I'm saying, I could take $20 and look fresher than somebody that, you know what I'm saying, that spend thousands of dollars on the outside. And it has really nothing to do with the clothing. It's how it's being worn, because I wear my clothes inside out. I don't wear my clothes outside in. How I can wear bummy shit and look real good is what I'm saying, because it's the spirit of the Lord that's within me. And that's how the righteous men stand out in sackcloth. You get what I'm saying? So the clothes, you heard it before, the men don't wear the clothes, the clothes wear the men. You know, you can have somebody in a nice tailored suit, but if they don't have that manly spirit within them, you know what I'm saying, they're gonna look feminine. You know? So even with women, you know, the beauty of a woman is going to show from the inside onto the out. That's how you beautify yourself. All right. So 1 Timothy 2:9, it says, in like manner also that women adorn themselves in modest apparel with shamefastness and sobriety, not with broidering of hair or gold or pearls or costly array. Right? It's cool to have those things, but can you still feel like you still have those things on when you don't have them on? Can you feel as vibrant or as beautiful if you don't have a whole bunch of makeup packed on your face and your hair done a certain way? Can you just have a simple head wrap with a simple dress on and be as beautiful as if you had a full head to toe ensemble? All right. The only way you can feel that way is if you do it within. All right, this is 1 Peter chapter 3 um, I'll start at verse 1. It says, likewise, you wives, be in subjection to your own husband, that if any obey not the word, they also may without the word be won by the conversation of the wives. So that's the support that the wife shows to the husband, man. You know, like a woman that has a man in the truth, and she shows forth her beliefs in how she treats him and how she respects him, right? That's encouraging to a man. So like even with his children, I believe in you, Abba. Go get him, Abba. Tear down this kingdom, Abba. You know, when we hear things like that, that's building us up within. We don't care about what we look like on the outside, because we want to look like we've been through war on the outside. That's how we want to look on the outside, you know. And we're building the strength within. And the women, they do the same by, you know what I'm saying, showing that support, man. Like hoorah, hoorah, rallying on. You know what I'm saying? All right. It says, verse 2, it says, while they behold their chaste conversation coupled with fear, showing respect and reverence to the husband, whose adorning let it not be that of outward adorning. So don't try to beautify yourself on the outside. There's no selfie that's going to lead you to righteousness. There's no picture you can look at. You're going to look, you know, just think about it. You know, you don't see a lot of pictures of the Israelites like how you see of other ancient people. They can't, because guess what? The picture comes from, right? The image comes from our action, right? So when the Lord, when it says in Genesis, like He created in man in our image, that image was laws, order, and dominion. But we're not operating after the image of the Most High right now. We're out of order. You get what I'm saying? We're not a part of the picture. So so think about it. The laws govern the flesh. The spirit is righteous, but the flesh is weak. So the laws teach the flesh how to operate, right? And you know, and the Lord had wrote them down on the tablet so we could see, visually read them. But just think about it. The laws become a part of us when He writes them on our inward part, writes them in our mind. So we don't have to focus on anything carnal because it already spiritually be there. You get what I'm saying? Just imagine we don't have to look outside for the new moon because we're going to be spiritually in tune with it. We're going to know when the Sabbath is off rip. It's going to be within our spirit to understand and know everything. We can see it physically, but we can also see it spiritually also, because the Lord's going to put all that a part of us, man. We're going to have a true understanding of everything and be purely righteous, man. Be in order like everything else. And our women too, they get the part to add our children. All right. So verse 4, it says, but let it be the hidden man of the heart, in that which is not corruptible, even the ornament of a meek and quiet spirit, which is in the sight of Yahweh of great price. Right. So the Lord sees what's within. That's why the scripture said, judge a man not because of his outward appearance, but the Lord searches the heart, which means searching the heart means searching the mind, man. Right, so now, and this is a humbling factor to where, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is this that saying said? Beauty is in the eyes of the beholder, right? And it all depends on who's looking and where they're looking. You hear what I'm saying? So who's looking, right? So what is Esau's standard according to beauty? That's why they have our women mess up, like getting all these hair weaves and all these different hairstyles when their hair is the most beautiful hair on the earth. It all depends on who's looking and whose glass lens you're looking through, man. You know? But we're looking through the eyes of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Alright, so this is 1 John chapter 3, verse 2. Well, you know what? Let me see. Do I want to start there? Let's start with Jeremiah. I'm gonna do Jeremiah chapter 1 verse 5. It says, "Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee, and before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sacrificed thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations." All right, so the Lord knew us from the beginning. We don't even know who we are for real. We have to go to Him to figure out who the hell we are. So now, if you're focused on the outward appearance or the outward man, and not the inward man, you're gonna go to what? Esau, to figure out who you are, to figure out what type of slave you are. You get what I'm saying? But Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua is trying to reveal unto us who we are according to the Spirit, man, according to how He made us, man. Well, so He knew us before we even got wrapped in the flesh. Right? Next scripture I want to get is 1 John chapter 3 verse 2. It says, "Beloved, now are we the sons of Yahweh, and it doeth not appear what we shall be." Right. So, you know, we can't really see what we shall be, because we gotta go in according to the Spirit. You know, so now we have to be operating according to the Spirit. Then that's within. So if you try to focus on the outside, you're gonna operate according to the flesh, man. And that's the whole purpose. As a matter of fact, all right. Before I get into that, I want to get into this, because, you know, like the scripture started out, now we are the sons of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, and they do not know what we shall be. But before we, you know what I'm saying, there's some things that character changes that we need to go through, right, in order for us to get to that point. So there's things that we need to do according to the Spirit, man. And the Lord is trying to cleanse us and let what's within shine on the outside, because that what's on the outside is darkness, man. The chains of darkness. There's nothing you can do to the flesh to perform righteousness, man. In the flesh, you have to have the Spirit control the flesh in order to do righteousness. Because if you do anything according to the flesh, man, it's gonna be wickedness, man. No matter what you think the intentions are. This is James chapter 1 verse 21. It says, "Wherefore lay apart all filthiness and superfluity of naughtiness, and receive with meekness an engrafted word, which is able to save your souls." Right. So the intents of the heart is what the word of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua cuts through the bone marrow, man. So this goes within, all the way, cuts through the flesh, cuts all the way to the soul, man, to the Spirit. All right, so now we got to operate according to the Spirit. So, and it also exposes the intents of the hearts of man, roughly paraphrased. All right, James 1:22, it says, "But be ye doers of the word, and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves." Right, so you can think about Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua all day, but if you're not doing acts according to, right, if you think you got to fix this before you do that, oh yeah, I'm gonna start serving the Lord. I'm gonna go get a job real quick first, though. If you feel like you have to do something with yourself before you totally yield yourself to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, you have it backwards. You get what I'm saying? So you yield yourself to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua first, and he fixes everything else. So you become what? This. It says, "For if any be a hearer of the word and not slacking." Verse 22, it says, "Be ye doers of the word and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves," man. Right. So you got to be doers. So the image of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua is nothing you can see in the mirror. All right, it's your actions. It's that Spirit that's within that causes you to act in a certain manner. All right, and towards righteousness. So you become a doer, right? Right. So now, verse 23, it says, if any be a hearer of the word and not a doer, he is like unto a man beholding his natural face in a glass. For he beholdeth himself and goeth his way, and straightway forgetteth what manner of man he was, man. So now, that's why you have to keep going back to those pictures. You got to keep looking at these selfies, you know. But if you become a doer of the word, right, your lifestyle is going to reflect who you are. So you ain't got to look at no pictures. The only thing you got to do is you open the book. That's your reflection. The scriptures of Yahweh by Shem Yahushai becomes your reflection, right? When you take selfies and pictures of yourself, that's those images and those filters, Snapchat, Instagram, the filters that you become, that's what you become, part of the matrix. But if your reflection comes from the scriptures of Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, right, you become the image of him. Verse 25, it said, but whosoever looketh into the perfect law of liberty and continueth therein, he is being not a forgetful hearer, but a doer of the work. This man shall be blessed in his deeds. So your deeds is what beautifies you as an individual. What are your deeds towards? Are your deeds trying to perfect what you see in a picture or what you see in a mirror? Or because who you are, the reflection of who you are is your actions, all right? Or are you trying to fix who you are within to be a reflection of Yahweh by Shem Yahushai? Or you want to become a reflection or a character of this world? All right. As a matter of fact, let me look up the word character. All right. Character definition. It says definition 1. Noun. It says the mental or moral qualities distinctive to an individual. That is your character. That is your personality. That is your nature. That is who you are. That is your mentality. But we create a different mentality for what we see on the outside. Like say for instance, they created a mentality in society that you have to wear a certain status level of clothing, right? To appear beautiful. So now you have people that are looking at themselves because they can't afford those clothing, and they feel like they're worth nothing. They don't feel beautiful. You know? You hear Esau say, when I put on a suit, I feel powerful. I feel like I want to take over the world. That's how they feel, man. That outward appearance became their characteristic and their personality. So now, and it says, definition 2, it says, a person in a novel, play, or movie. Now, who's creating this movie? What is your role? What is your character in this movie? Are you going to keep, because the Lord created the matrix, which is the earth, or the womb, and there's a matrix inside the matrix, a false reality that gives a false sense of hope that our people feel like they can overcome carnally. So that's why they take the pictures. I'm black and I'm beautiful, or what it is. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with individuals. I got this amount of money. I got this, that, third. I wear these type of jeans. I got, I got all this gold. I got, what I'm talking about? I got these cars. That's what you call a real man. A real man will pay for this or pay for that. Nah, a real man will lead his people to righteousness. So that's the character you want to become. The character that's spiritually driven within to righteousness. Not the character that's trying to be created by the flesh, man. So you become a character of this world, not a character of the heavens, man. Being operated under the orders of the heavens. So now, what image are you walking? What image do you bear? The image of the world or the image of Yahweh by Shem Yahushai? So social media and these other things create an avatar, right? It's so funny. They're trying to bust this metaverse wide open, and they're doing it because guess what? You can be anybody who you want to be. You can create any type of false reality for yourself that you want to on Twitter, on Instagram, on Snapchat. You can have whatever life you want to have, whatever people are willing to believe, however you're willing to sell that lie of what your reality of your lifestyle really is. When you can create, this is 1 John chapter 3 verse 2. It says, "Beloved, now are we the sons of Yahweh, and it doeth not yet appear what we shall be." Right. You know, we don't even know the magnitude of the beauty that's going to be bestowed upon us, you know, by Yahweh, by Shemel Shai. It says, "But we know that when he shall appear, we shall be like him, for we shall see him as he is," man. Then we're going to know how beautiful we really are, how glorified, you know what I'm saying? That's the beauty behind it, man. That's the beauty behind it, man. We don't even know what true beauty is. That's why Esau's trying to paint a picture of what being beautiful is according to his standard. But we don't even know what beauty it really is, man. Because anything Esau creates is ugly. But he's confused us into believing that it's beautiful. But pure beauty is within wisdom, man. That was given unto us by Yahweh, by Shemel Shai. All right, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying and serve the purpose of that. Like say, Ka Halayim, La Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Harikah Kodash, my Amah. Double honors to the elder apostles, the great millstone, and my elder Heroin as well. Salutations to the Akim that are pushing the truth, the sincerity, and truth. And peace and blessings to the men, women, and children that believe in the name of Yahweh, by Shemel Shai. Shalom.